Welcome to Miss Lam's Math World. Well, finally, we have arrived happy free. Okay, so let's have a look on the scale. We sketch a graph already. We use the tools and then we draw the graph and we update the info of the graph. Alright? But then we need to check if the points are reasonable. Okay? And then if you update the info of the graph and then you sketch the graph with a little bit in scale. Okay? Precisely in scale, and then you will actually observe something very important. So this time we just need to draw it basically roughly in scale. Alright? Because it will be easier to find out something special in the relationship. Right? So you got OR, Q, and so on, and we also need the value of G. So this is 30 to 24, and then you got G is 25 and 18 point something. Okay, so 25 and then 18 point something. That means something like this. As we know that they are collinear, OGQ, right? So we also sketch the G. Yes, and then somewhere in the middle. Anyway, now the question says we denote the in-center of triangle OPR. So we need in-center, right? So how do we start with, right? In-center of OPR. Then we need to actually sketch it and think about it. And we number one, that means we need to actually sketch for the in-center of triangle, right? But the second thing which is important, but it is unexpected, will be in-center to be I. We need to check if the triangle OPL is something special, right? What does it mean by special? Maybe number one, will it be a right angled triangle? Or number two, is it an isosceles triangle or even equilateral triangle? But this one is of course, well, a no, right? If this one of OP is 50. And if you check PR, it is surely not 50. Okay. So let's see. Because if we know this piece of information, actually, that means that if one of them exists, right, then it will be much easier to calculate for the answer. So we know that OP is 50. We check for OR by using distance formula. So for OR, we have 14 minus 0 square plus 48 minus 0 square, and then we get 50. But of course, we have to check for PR. Although it probably doesn't look like it will be equilateral triangle, right? So PR 14 minus 50, and then again 48 minus 0, you get 60. Okay, that means we got an isosceles triangle, right? Since OP equals to OR equals to 50, therefore triangle OPR is an isosceles triangle. So why is it useful? Because then we know because Q is the midpoint, right? So, and then that means the perpendicular bisector passes through O, right? So this is a isosceles triangle. Then it is OPR, the perpendicular in this way. Okay, and we know that this is, we know tangent POQ is 3/4, right? So we also know OQ. So that means it is very useful to find OQ. Okay, that means a perpendicular bisector, right? So OQ is perpendicular to PR, right? And then angle POQ equals to angle ROQ. So tangent angle POQ equals to 3/4. And then that means PQ is 30. PQ is 30. And then we get OQ. So 30 divided by OQ, 3/4. And OQ is equals to 40, right? Remember this one. PQ equals to 60 divided by 2, so we get 30. Right? So you may wonder why it is useful to use this right angle triangle. That's because of part B1. So this time we used back the graph we used in part B1, and we modified a bit to find the incenter of triangle. Okay? Because for the incenter of triangle, we need angle bisector. So we mentioned that we already get angle bisector. That means the incenter will be in this format, right? The incenter I will be somewhere here. And it lies on OQ. As we have learned in Form 3 that if you get an isosceles triangle, then all the 4 centers lies on it. All the 4 centers. All the 4 types. All the 4 centers lies on it. So that means I lies on it. And the important point is this is a circle. So that means we got a radius, right? In center. So radius. So these two to be equal. And then we need another letter we haven't used. It becomes K, right? Okay. We know that the ratio is 3:4. So suppose that the y coordinate of I is equals to B. Okay, then you are able to find the length of the x coordinate. So you got B here. Okay, so B, right angle triangle, B, and then you got tangent, right? So tangent angle POQ. Maybe give a name for the x coordinate. So we let I is equals to, no, B is used. So just call H, right? Okay, maybe H, okay, so let's change it to R. Okay, my mistake. Okay, R. And then we let the point perpendicular to be, so IP, QRS, TU. Okay, IU. Okay. Okay, so let the y coordinate to be R. Okay. So we can continue. So for R, we have IUO. Okay. So equals to R over OU. So 3/4 equals to R over OU. So OU equals to 4/3R. Okay. Right? And then this is R, IQ is R, and I know that OQ is 40, right? OQ is 40. And then I have already found the value of IQ. So how to find OI? Of course, it is from Pythagoras theorem, right? Pythagoras theorem. If I want to find the value of OI. Okay, so we get OU square plus IU square equals to OI square. So you get 16 over 9r square plus r square equals to OI square. So OI equals to 5 over 3r. Okay. So we have found the value of OI, 5 over 3r. Right? So we have completed step 1, step 2. So that means if I want to find the value of r, that means our task is to add up the two lengths. OI plus RQ equals to OQ. So 40. OI is 5 over 3r. IQ is r. So we add them together, 5 over 3 plus 1, you get 8 over 3r equals to 40. So r is 40 times 3 divided by h, which is 15. Okay. As a result, the coordinates of I will be 4 over 3 times 15, right? And then 15, which is 20 and 15. So before we continue to find the area of GHR and triangle IPQ, the ratio, we first discuss why it is so important to get the isosceles triangle, okay, at this moment. So let's take a look on the past paper of 2021, 22, and 23. So what is the common feature of them? Which is, for 2021, you got triangle RQS. For this triangle RQS first, we get a horizontal line, right? Number 1, horizontal line or vertical line for the triangle. So one of them is actually in this way. It is easier to calculate. Okay, so you can also double check for 2022. For the triangle here, we also get a vertical line like this, right? So 2021 and 22. 23, we get a horizontal line, right? So common feature, vertical or horizontal. Number 2, for the 2021, you get an isosceles triangle. RS is equal to SQ. Isosceles triangle. And we also get the right angle triangle, right? Sorry, isosceles triangle for the next one because they are tangent. For 2022, okay, we got the tangent properties. And so you get the isosceles triangle. 2023 this time, it is not really that sure, right? And actually, if you use a ruler to sketch it, I have actually used a ruler to sketch. It is to be 5 cm. I actually use this one to be 5 cm, and I use the ruler. Okay, and then for OR, it is also 5 cm by using a ruler. It doesn't matter we use this method because we can make a guess whether we already got an isosceles triangle, right? So every exam skill is also a kind of skill. Okay. So if you actually know the clue of having the nice thing of having vertical line or horizontal line, number 1. Number 2, we got the important point of having a isosceles triangle. Then we are able to find their in-center or circumcenter in a much easier way. Especially for the in-center, the good thing of them will be, so we got angle bisector, right angle, and then all the 4 centers lies on the same line, right? So all the 4 centers of triangle, they lies on it. Okay. So let's move on to the last video clip. to find the ratio of the area.